Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. Last episode we explored the Dark World, got all the monsters on the outside of the Dark World. Now it's time for us to head into the final dungeon in the game, Evil Mountain. I'm going to do a quick heal here at the end, and then we're going to warp to the Evil Mountain. That's a really nice thing that the game did there, that you can warp right to the final dungeon. You don't have to do that. It's a short walk, but you don't have to do it each time you want to go to the dungeon. Well, like I said, we'll be going through the dungeon twice. The first time we're just going to go through to get all the items, and then we're going to, once we get all the items, we're going to turn around and save the game. And that's because, like I said, when you defeat the final boss, the last save point that you had before you beat the final boss, that's the one you access to get to the bonus dungeon. So if you go in and do a one trip, then you're not going to have all of that equipment that you got from the first time. So you're going to have to go through the Evil Mountain, the final dungeon, a second time to get all that equipment for the bonus dungeon. So we're just going to, like I said, do it that way, where we go in, get everything, and then warp out. So that way when we do make that save, when we have that save, that'll be the one that we can use to get to the bonus dungeon, and we'll have all the equipment. So, and like I said, we're gonna have to do some grinding between finishing the game and the bonus dungeon, because the final boss in the bonus dungeon. So unfortunately, there's no path through that area there. It looks like there is at first, but then eventually you're gonna get to a point where you can't go any further without stepping on those spikes. So we just use a step guard spell to cross over them safely. We have an upgraded demon pot, the Knight. You have pretty good physical defense, so I guess the game wants you to use magic on them, but magic isn't really all that good against them, because I see they keep casting that absorb spell, and basically what happens is when you cast a spell on them, rather than take the damage from the spell, they absorb MP from the spell. So that's how they charge their MP up, and you'll probably use it to deal some nasty spell to you. So we're just going to take them out slowly. We don't get lucky though, and we don't get any small medals from them, unfortunately. Both these jars, unfortunately, are Knights. We'll take them out. I said we're going to go two trips through this final dungeon. The final dungeon is really, really long, so in addition to doing 2 trips through, it's actually going to take 2 episodes to actually go through all of it. So I guess the second trip through, though, we should be able to make it in one, because we won't be going off the beaten path to get treasure, and we'll have encountered all the enemies, the new enemies in here. So there are actually some enemies that aren't available until in the bonus dungeon. So yeah, there's 2 enemies in the bonus dungeon. We can't actually fill the Bestia without going to the bonus dungeon. Alright. Yeah, I fought those Knights for nothing. And now we're going to head to the right is a dead end, so I'll head to the left here. A lot of looping around this dungeon. Like I said, all that looping around is going to be negated the second time we go through, because we're just going to head straight to the end. One of the interesting things about this dungeon is you can't recruit any monsters in it. These Lionex monsters you can recruit. We won't be able to recruit them until we get to the bonus dungeon. There'll be a common enemy in the bonus dungeon. But in Evil Mountain here, they won't let you recruit monsters. So we can run into these Lionexes, there's those Gigantuses, attack bots. So there's quite a few enemies that are technically recruitable, but like I said, you'll never be able to recruit them. It's just the way the game is coded. So some of the monsters, especially at the end, there's a monster guarding these Hell Battler monsters that are guarding the final treasure chest in the game. They are a really good monster to recruit, but you're going to have to wait until the bonus dungeon to get them, even though you first encountered them here. to the south here real quick to get a treasure chest. Like I said, some of the treasure chests we get here will reduce the amount of gold that we'll have to spend back in Shahana to outfit our party. For instance, Bean is going to get a better helmet. Sancho's going to get a better shield. So get that robe of darkness there. It's unfortunately can't be used by any of our characters. That's pretty much a monster equipment. But none of our monsters can use it. There will be some equipment though that we'll get. Barago will get a nice helmet in here, the King Metal helmet. We'll also get the Orichalcum Fang, the Orichalcon Fang, which is like the strongest single target, basically Fang weapon in the game. So you're in a new type area. There's 4 different areas with different monsters in them. So we're in the second area here now. There's like stone type area. We run into a new enemy here, the Flare Dragon. He casts some different fire spells on you, but not too much of a problem. What's really making this dungeon survivable is the Sage's Stone that we got as soon as we entered this area. As you can see, Barango is using it quite a bit. Barango's pretty fast, so he has a good chance of keeping everybody healed up. Barango, unfortunately, is like he's kind of I realize now as I'm playing it through the second time, he's kind of like a glass cannon. You'll notice that especially when spells come around. He tends to take more damage than just because of his equipment selection than like Bean and Cosmo or Harriet or even Bianca. But he's fast and he can hit hard. So he's like a glass cannon, where he contrasts to Sancho, who his best equipment is a lot of coast stuff. He reduces agility to 0. So Sancho's the mighty glacier. He's really slow, but he's hard to kill. The Ogre Shield that we're gonna get shortly reduces fire damage, fire blizzard damage on him. So it helps him make him more durable. Another new enemy, the Putridon. Just think of Dragon Quest III when I fight these guys. They were all over the place in the final castle, in Zoma's castle. And they were really annoying there because they also had the breath weapon, or the breath attack. Could hit everybody. And unlike this game, we didn't get the Sage Stone until very late the floor, right before the final floor. So there's the Ogre Shield. We'll finally get to equip Sancho with a better shield. He's still carrying around that pot lid. His shield selection wasn't all that good. Be able to finally get if we had the money, we'd be able to get a better hat for him as well. But have to buy that in Shahana, and like I say, we didn't have the money for that. So we're gonna keep heading our way around here. Another tunnel to go, staircase to go down to just to get some treasure. And then eventually we're going to, in this area, we're going to run into our mother finally. Another small medal. Not that it's actually really going to help. Not going to be able to afford anything. There are jellymen though that we can encounter on this floor. So you could technically, if I guess grinding for levels, come back here, fight, hopefully gain some small medals from fighting those jellymen. Although I guess if you really want to do grinding, it's probably best to do it in the next area, because the next area we'll actually end this episode has the King Medals in, and they give the most experience in the game. So he We got another one's palette swaps of the red and blue eaters, Golba and Galba, just like the red and blue eaters we saw in the Emblem Cave. These guys hit really, really hard. You got that, go for the throw or sink your claws into you. And speaking of claws, they can both drop the Demon Claw. It's a pretty good claw. It's the one that Barago is currently using right now. It'd be a good single target weapon for Slaylin if we weren't using the Flame Boomerang, the multi-target, or the Broken King Metal Sword that we got but ain't gonna use. I guess I'll show that off though, maybe in the bonus episode. Fighting the bonus boss monster, the bonus dungeon monster with a maxed out party. Trespass on his ground. Lady Martha's even prayer to Demon Lord Mildrath. Doses of silver shall be destroyed. So even though these like little mini demons are the characters you see on the screen, we fight Dark Shaman. He's Snake Man. You need to see like maybe a mini demon or a palette swap of them, but no, we get the Snake Man. Dark Shaman, I mean. Not a big problem with these guys. Oh, it is a problem though, is if our mother is really sending prayers to the Demon Lord. She's supposed to be fighting to keep him trapped here. Unless, of course, these guys are lying. Which they probably are because, well, they're evil. Yes, Martha Arbeen, you really are Arbeen. I have wanted to see you, my dear son. Not a day has passed since I was kidnapped that I did not think of you. Bean, how strong you have become. To be able to finally see you, to touch you, oh, it's like a dream. There's nothing I could wish for that would make me happier than I am now. But you must go. They back us up here. Being the power of the great Demon Lord Mildrath is too great, but I, all my life, will attempt to seal him here. O Lord, omniscient and omnipotent, hear this plea. I am your child, a child of Elhaven. Mighty God, I beg you, take my life and in turn seal away Mildrath. Unfortunately, this does not work for her. She will join our Father Papas in heaven, I guess. But they will still be there to help us out. Can Mildrath be that powerful? Cough, cough. Oh, God, my God. For my son, for my dear being, give me this strength. Madame Nova, Mystic voice can be heard. Martha. That's enough, Martha. You have done all you can do. It's Papa's husband. It seems that our children have become much stronger than we ever were. Let us allow them to determine their own fate. Martha, come back to me. Oh, my love. And the couple is finally reunited. Sadly, it took death. I heard in the remake, the DS remake, it's not Mildrath that strikes your mother down there. It's Gemma the wizard. So another reason for you to hate Gemma, I guess another reason to fight him again and beat him up. Like I said, I don't have the DS remake. I know when they, like I said, there's some changes on it from what I saw. I don't really like the it's kind of like a 3D-ish. You have to like rotate the camera to see things around. So there's an interesting little area here. Got a bunch of conveyor belts, a bunch of treasures. You have to be jumping up from the bottom floor to the top floor to get all the treasures. The main two treasures we have to get are the items that we see at the bottom and this floor. We got the Sun Crown, which is Bean's best helmet, and we get the Sacred Pitcher, which is needed to advance in the game. So we finally got Bean's best helmet. Sadly, you can't get his best shield until the bonus dungeon. You could get a better shield for him though in Shahana. We can get the Reflex Shield. I guess you can also get the Shield of Strength, It's a little less defense, but allows you to cast that heal more spell, but we mainly have the Sage's Stone for that, so it's not as important as it was in Dragon Quest 2, which didn't have the Sage's Stone. That was a lifesaver on the Princess of Moonbrook. Even though she couldn't use the shield, she was able to use it as an item in battle. So we head down here just to step on that little tile there so we can get over to this treasure chest. Open it up, and we get an Echoing Hat. We will give that to our wife. Give that to Bianca. It's whatchamacallit. It allows the spell to be cast twice with the same for the same MP cost as just doing it once. I'm giving it to Bianca because she's gonna learn a really good. She's gonna learn the most powerful single target spell, the Blaze Most spell. And if she's used for boss battles, we'll use that because, like I said, it's basically doubling her effectiveness. Alright. Like I said, it drops her defense a little bit, but it's okay. Another new enemy here, the Manuhans. These are like the evil spirits, and that they can use the Drum of War to double their attack power. And these guys are also annoying because they use these bomb stones, and the bomb stones hurt all your characters for a pretty decent amount of damage. So yeah, look at that, they're throwing the bomb stones, doing about 60 damage to everybody. Not very good. We're actually gonna have to have Cosmo join in on the healing here with Heal Us. He's really fast, so we should outspeed the Manuhans. They're stealing MP, they're doubling their attack power, they're throwing bombs at us. What an annoying enemy. Let's use our Dragon Staff to try to take them all out at one time. Yeah, those stones are going to be really annoying. But at least they're wasting time when they're using that Drum of War. They only, like I said, they can only buff their attack once. Anytime, if you can only cast Spy Kill on yourself or your characters once. So if they keep using that Drum of War after they use it for once, it's just a waste. So it's basically a free turn for us. They don't let you constantly buff your characters over and over and over again. You can almost do that on Dragon Quest 6 though. There's you can buy kill your characters, have them take a deep breath like Barongo does for basically 4 times the damage, and then there's a special ability that you can use that has a chance to miss, but if it hits it like deals double damage, so you can almost do like 8 times damage with one attack. That game plays a little differently. It's like a class-based system, kind of like Final Fantasy 3 and 5, where you can have your characters change classes. What type of sword was found? It's a Coast Sword. Some of the damage you deal with the sword runs back, is inflicted back to the user of the sword. So we'll just throw it in the depository. I don't know. This thing was now being the Sacred Pitcher. This is a little confusing because she says she used the Sacred Pitcher, but it's really the Holy Chamber pot. We use that, and that will remove the lava here and open up a staircase into a new area where we actually get new monster encounters here, including the King Metals, but we'll see that in our next episode. Take care, have a good one, thanks for following along. Have a good day. Bye.